But enough about teams that don't matter in the NHL.
Yeah.
Do the Leafs actually have a chance of signing Pietrangelo?
So everything that I was reading, like I sent you guys a message, I was just like, yo, I'm actually 50-50 on Pietrangelo coming to the Leafs. Because if the offer that's apparently out there was 7 or 8 years by, what was it, 7 or it wasn't 6.8, it was 7.8, I think, and no bonus money.
Mm-hmm.
You're
They
telling me
didn't
the
even
Leafs
offer him $8 million?
No. No.
Really?
I really like the sign and trade idea.
To get the 8th year?
Yeah.
I think that 8th year
lower that.
like,
I mean,
how
it sucks.
many years is Pietrangelo actually going to be good for the Leafs if they sign him?
Not
4?
It's not.
Four?
It's not a matter of having him
4
for
is
that.
optimistically.
Yeah,
4
4
is optimistic.
He's
I think
30.
4 is optimistic.
He's 30.
5.
So,
No, he's only 30. Like Weber's 36.
He's gonna be
This is the
31.
point you made.
He's gonna be 31.
He's going to be 31 when the season starts.
I'm not looking at the 8 years so that we have him for 8 years. I'm looking at the 8 years so the AAV goes down.
Right.
And
then flip him to a team that
because the
Down
he's
the
going to
road,
have
yeah.
he's going to have a no trade. He's going to have a no trade. He's going to have a no trade. It's the same thing with JT.
Yeah, but you could also negotiate to like a 16 team no trade or something like that. I would much rather see them do that. And then you can shed cap and probably still get assets on that. Because if you go to the Blues and say, hey, you're probably not going to sign Pietrangelo at this point, you don't want to pay him. We will give you Andreas Johnsson for an extra 4th on top of Pietrangelo. Because like
no, I think it would be like straight up, honestly. Like it's either picks or it's
for the rights to him.
I'd rather just sign Pietrangelo and then trade Johnsson somewhere else at that point, though.
I agree, but
I think
I don't know if Johnsson has value at this point.
You also can't trade for the rights because you can't sign the eighth year. They have to sign him first, apparently. It can't be a trade and sign. It has to be a sign and trade. What's his name? Pierre LeBrun tweeted that out yesterday.
Sorry, what is it? Explain it.
They can't. If they trade for his rights right now, they can't sign the 8th year, so they can only sign him for 7. But if he's I don't know what it is. It's something in the CBA. But if he signs and then trades here, it can be an 8-year deal. But if he gets traded here first, you can only sign him for 7.
Oh, so I guess that's what happened with the Carlson trade.
I'm assuming. Yeah,
like they work it into the deal even though it's not announced. Jansen, what are you doing? So yeah, what's you guys' thoughts on Pietrangelo? Like, do you want him for that money? Are you like no? Like, he fixes a lot of problems. Like he really does.
I always look back at the model. You look back at the winning model, the Pittsburgh, the Chicago model, like between the Malkin, the Crosby, the Letang, Fleury, they had four guys throughout the whole run. There was Taze, Kane, Seabrook, Keith, Crawford, and like the Leafs need that guy on defense because they have everything else in place. They got Tavares, they got Matthews. I don't think Riley's fully there, like defensively, compared to some of the other guys that we've talked about. And I mean, he can be that guy that puts you into that, winning formula that I always try and follow.
I don't disagree with you. I think what he is right now, or what he's been the last couple of years, is something that the Leafs desperately need. But at that price tag, if he's not that the next within 2 years, it's steep. And like now you're looking at a guy, say
it's
he
a
gets
make or break thing.
Yeah, say he gets 8.5.
Then Morgan Riley's not going to have any money. Like I don't.
It's
okay. Here's
so
my
you're saying it's Kawhi make or break,
kind of.
Except it breaks. But you don't. Everything but you're not for the losing. Next
yeah, you're not losing Pietrangelo. You're losing everyone around him.
Like I think if it goes wrong, Riley's gone because that's basically his money that you're giving out.
Pretty much all the supporting pieces are gone. You might have to get rid of one of the big.
But that's like everyone knows that was what the supporting pieces. They couldn't have it.
No.
Like
I'm okay with it. You know what? If you want to swing for the home run and try and win a championship in the next 2 years, so be it. That's fine. If that's what you want to do.
My max is 8, personally, because if you're going full bonuses, if you're going full bonuses, fuck off. Like, especially it's going to be full bonuses, no trade, not like.
I don't know.
It's annoying.
Yeah, obviously it's going to come at a cost because you get anywhere north of a 7-year deal on a guy who's 30 years old. Those last 3-4 years are crippling to a franchise. It's just part of the
signing
the
big
deal,
deals like
right?
that,
Like
yeah.
it's
The only thing is
it's
like
how she goes.
It's with normal contracts, yeah, it cripples you at the end, but this one's going to cripple you a lot sooner if it doesn't work out.
Right.
Well, yeah, that's all play. Like his play, it's dependent on how he fits and how he adapts and how can he compare himself to how he was playing in St. Louis, right? Because as soon as there's a glimpse that he's not the same player that he was in St. Louis, the media's all over that, and then it starts the whole seed, and then it goes down the rabbit hole.
You mean like
for the millionth time?
Like when Jason Mott undressed him? Or we just don't want to bring that up? Okay.
He did beat Boston.
Yeah. Lots of other teams can beat Boston.
In the cup, though. When it mattered.
He did God's work.
Yeah.
He did God's work.
Yeah.
Listen, like if you don't sign Pietrangelo this year, are you going to tell me that this team is still not a playoff contender for the next 3 years?
But they're not going anywhere.
They're still missing a right-handed. They still need a right-handed D.
You're not. For me, you're not going anywhere past the first round with Justin Hall, Travis Dermott, and whoever the sixth defenseman on the team is going to be.
You're telling me there's other pieces that aren't $8 million a year that you could fill that do the same job? Maybe not to the level of Pietrangelo, but to the level that you need.
I mean, look, the only other right shot D man that's out there is my boy, but he doesn't sniff Pietrangelo on the defensive end.
Yeah.
You go get a guy like Gudis. Gudis plays on the right side.
Yeah.
Like that's
but he's also got to be your fourth or fifth defenseman.
Which is fine.
We're talking about a first pairing defenseman.
We're talking about a first pairing guy.
I get it. No, I understand that Pietrangelo is better than anything else you can sign right now. But like, are you going to tell me that if you don't sign him, we're going to be shit? Like, it's not like
it's going to be the status quo. I'm fully expecting for next year to be the exact same.
It's like for me, it depends. What are you doing with the rest of the stuff? Are you signing a Brody and a what's his face from Winnipeg?
Like it's bleak to look at it now and be like, well, if they don't sign Pietrangelo, what the hell do we do? But like, you have a fair amount of cap space available that you would have given him that you can use to distribute. And then you still have like, I know a lot of people have lost faith, but Timothy Liljegren has been one of the best defensive defensemen in the AHL for the past like 2 years. Like the stats are there to back it up.
Cap.
You can go take a look, man. His defensive metrics in the AHL have been incredible.
Yeah, but when I've seen him in the NHL, he hasn't been.
But he's also 19.
He also hasn't gotten a fair shake and
had 7
gotten
games,
consistent playing time. So I mean, like if at the expense of not getting Pietrangelo, do you sign two $4 million guys and throw in Liljegren as your sixth, and then you play Riley, Muzzin.
If you can sign a TJ Brody and what's the dude from Winnipeg, Ottawa, DeMello. Like if you can sign those two guys and then he's your third pairing right-handed D Liljegren, then we're laughing.
Yeah, like.
But if we're talking about if you got a little
would we be better with Alex Pietrangelo? Yes, obviously. Yeah. But I think every team would be better with the fourth runner-up to the Norris Trophy this year, obviously. I think there's just other ways of filling out this team that still make you as successful.